So our story continues with the terrifying sight of Black Vegito, now standing in the middle of the ruined battlefield, as his aura would begin to rise higher and higher around him. And this would not be some normal power-up, no. This would be the kind of pressure that would make even monsters stop moving. As the dark energy around him would grow, Ultra Instinct Goku, Ultra Ego Vegeta, Beast Gohan, and Orange Piccolo would all be left staring forward in complete shock, their faces making it clear that whatever was standing in front of them now was not just another enemy. This was a fusion, but not the fusion they remembered. And as Black Vegito would slowly turn his eyes toward Goku and Vegeta, he would finally speak. "You remember, don't you? You two once showed the power of Vegito Blue, but this is Vegito Rose," and with a cold, almost divine arrogance in his voice, he would continue. "Your fusion had a time limit, but because we possess a god soul, our Vegito Rose is permanent. So now, prepare yourselves for ultimate justice." And hearing this, Beast Gohan would immediately lose his patience. Looking at this twisted fusion with anger burning in his eyes, Gohan would yell out, "You're insane, and I know exactly how to fix insane people." And without any fear, without waiting for Goku, Vegeta, or Piccolo to make a plan, Beast Gohan would launch himself straight toward Black Vegito. "No, Gohan!" Goku and Piccolo would shout at the same time, but it would already be too late. Gohan would close the distance in an instant, driving his fist straight into Black Vegito's face with everything he had. The impact would shake the air around them, dust bursting away from the force of the punch. But then, in a horrifying reveal, nothing would happen. Black Vegito's face would barely move. And as Gohan would stare in disbelief, Black Vegito would simply smile. Then, with one brutal punch to Gohan's stomach, the entire momentum would shift. Gohan's body would fold around the strike, blood bursting from his mouth as the Beast Warrior's eyes would widen in pain. And just like that, the same Gohan who had rushed forward with no fear would now drop down onto his knees, barely able to breathe. But before Black Vegito could fully enjoy the sight, Orange Piccolo would attack from the left side, driving a powerful kick directly into the side of Black Vegito's neck. And once again, nothing. There would be no damage, no panic, not even the slightest sign that Black Vegito had been hurt. Instead, with terrifying calmness, Black Vegito would raise his right hand, creating a dark energy sword from his palm, and in the very next moment, with one clean slash, Piccolo's left leg would be cut through. The giant Namekian would scream out as he crashed to the ground, grabbing his injured leg while Black Vegito would remain exactly where he was, looking as if he had only swatted away something beneath him. And seeing this, Goku would look toward Vegeta. But before Goku could even say a word, Vegeta would already know what he was thinking. "Don't even think about it," Vegeta would say. And with rage now taking over, Ultra Ego Vegeta would power up and rush straight toward Black Vegito, with Goku following behind him. But at that same moment, Black Vegito would grab Beast Gohan by the collar and lift him up into the air like he weighed nothing. Holding him there, face to face, Black Vegito would mock him. "You call yourself Beast? One punch, and this is your condition?" And as he would say this, Black Vegito would once again create a sword from his right hand, slowly bringing the blade near Gohan's head. But just as the blade would get close, Vegeta would attack from behind, firing multiple ki blasts straight into Black Vegito's back. The blasts would explode against him, forcing Black Vegito to turn his attention for only a second, and that single second would be enough. Instantly, Goku would appear in front of him with instant transmission. driving a powerful punch straight into Black Vegito's stomach. The impact would force Black Vegito to release Gohan, and as Gohan would begin to fall, he would still manage to twist his body and kick Black Vegito from behind. For the first time, Black Vegito would be pushed forward. But if they thought this meant they had found an opening, they would be wrong. Very wrong. Because Black Vegito would then power up again, dark aura exploding around him as an axe of energy would form from his hand. And with one swing, multiple laser-like attacks would fire out across the battlefield, piercing through both Goku and Gohan before either of them could fully react. Then a massive blast would erupt, throwing both of them backward as smoke and debris swallowed the area. And without wasting a second, Black Vegito would fly toward Vegeta, grab him by the head, and drag him through the air before smashing him violently into a broken wall. The battlefield would shake from the impact, and then our scene would shift. Far away on Beerus's planet, Whis would be watching the situation with a serious expression. "Lord Beerus," Whis would say, "do you not think we should go and save Earth? The timeline itself may need to be corrected." But Beerus, already angry, would snap back. "This is their fault. Let them deal with it themselves. They have played with time again and again." Whis would look at Beerus carefully before replying, "But this may no longer remain only Earth's problem. Universe 7, and perhaps even the multiverse, may be in danger." Beerus would only make a bitter expression, still refusing to move. And then from behind them, Broly would speak. "If you don't want to help, then send me." But before that question could go any further, we would return to the battlefield, where Black Vegito would still have Vegeta pinned near the wall. And there he would begin firing multiple small key attacks into Vegeta's body, each one exploding against him again and again. Then Black Vegito would once more bring out his axe, looking down at the Saiyan Prince with cold finality. "Your time is over. Ultimate justice will begin with your death, Saiyan." But just as the axe would be raised, 3 glowing power rings would suddenly fly in from behind, wrapping around Black Vegito and locking his body in place. And as the camera would pull back, we would see that the one responsible would be none other than Gotenks. "If we're talking about justice," Gotenks would say, "then the guardian of justice has arrived. And I'm going to beat you so hard, Black Uncle, you'll turn white." For a second, the battlefield would almost feel lighter. But Black Vegito would not be amused. "Rat," he would mutter, and with one burst of strength, one of the rings would immediately shatter. Gotenks, realizing the danger, would transform into Super Saiyan 3, his long golden hair exploding outward as he poured more power into the remaining 2 rings. And then, from the left side, a familiar voice would begin to echo. From the right side, another attack would begin. And from behind, Vegeta's voice would rise. Gotenks, struggling to hold the rings together, would yell out, "Hurry up, guys! He's way too powerful!" And as Black Vegito would power up even harder, cracks would begin to spread across the last 2 rings. The timing would be almost gone. But then, all at once, Ultra Instinct Goku, Ultra Ego Vegeta, and Beast Gohan would release their attacks. The 3 beams would collide against Black Vegito in a gigantic explosion, one so bright and violent that the entire battlefield would vanish inside the blast. And just then, Supreme Kai and Goasu would arrive, appearing in the middle of the smoke and chaos. For a moment, it would seem like maybe, just maybe, the combined attack had done something. But as the smoke would begin to clear, that hope would die almost instantly, because Black Vegito would still be standing. Damaged, yes, protected inside a dark shield, and as the cracked shield would fade around him, Black Vegito would look at them with disgust. Insects. Then, using his axe again, he would fire multiple laser attacks across the battlefield, striking Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and Gotenks one after another. And with that brutal counterattack, the scene would once again shift back to Beerus's planet. There, Broly would step forward, refusing to stay still any longer. "My training is complete," Broly would say. "I want to test my new power, and Goku has saved me many times. This time, I want to help him." Beerus would glare at him. "I said no. No one is leaving this planet. Do you not understand?" But Broly would not back down. And as Whis would look toward Beerus with a serious expression, Broly would suddenly begin to power up, his energy rising until he transformed into his controlled legendary Super Saiyan state. Then, with his aura raging around him, Broly would say, "Then I challenge you. If I defeat you, you will let me go there." Beerus would stare at him for a moment before answering. "Fine, if you can force me to use even 50% of my power, I will take you there myself." And just like that, Beerus and Broly would both enter their fighting stances, ready to test each other before the real war could even begin. Meanwhile, back on Earth, the smoke would finally clear again. Black Vegito would be powering up in the distance, while Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Gotenks, and Piccolo would all stand together. And Piccolo, having regenerated his leg, would now be back on both feet. Goku would turn toward Vegeta, knowing there was only one option left. "Come on, Vegeta, accept it. Even if all of us fight together, we won't be able to defeat Ultra Black Vegito like this. Get ready. This is the only way." Gotenks would also look toward Vegeta and add, "He's right, Vegeta. This is the only path." And then Supreme Kai would remove a Potara earring and place it into Goku's hands. But Black Vegito would immediately understand what they were trying to do. "I won't allow that." And as he would rush forward, Beast Gohan would fire a powerful wave attack with one hand, trying to stop him. But Black Vegito would keep moving straight through it, completely unaffected. Piccolo would join in next, firing his own wave beside Gohan. Then Gotenks would join them as well, combining his power with theirs in one final attempt to buy time. Gohan would yell back, "Please, hurry!" And finally, with an annoyed expression, Vegeta would take the earring. But Black Vegito's advance would not stop. Powering up through the combined waves, he would tear straight through the attack and appear in front of Gohan, driving a massive punch into his face. Gohan would be launched away, crashing down as his beast form disappeared, leaving him unconscious in his normal state. Then Black Vegito would appear in front of Piccolo, place his hand against the Namekian's stomach, and fire a devastating ki attack through him. Piccolo would be thrown back, his orange form fading as he returned to normal. And as Black Vegito would continue forward, Gotenks would make one last move. Multiple ghosts would appear in front of Black Vegito, blocking his path, with Gotenks standing behind them. Kamikaze ghost attack. But Black Vegito would simply raise his hand and unleash one enormous wave of energy. The ghosts would be wiped away instantly, scattered into nothing before they could even reach him. And the force of the blast would break Gotenks' fusion completely, splitting him back into Goten and Trunks. At the same time, Goku and Vegeta would finally put the Potara earrings onto their ears. The two Saiyans would fly toward one another, closing the distance for fusion. But Black Vegito would see it happening, and with rage in his eyes, he would charge a massive attack and fire it straight toward them. The attack would race across the battlefield, threatening to erase the fusion before it could even be born. But then, in a shocking moment, Gowasu would appear between them. Taking the full force of the attack onto himself, the Elder Kai would shield Goku and Vegeta from Black Vegito's strike, and as the blast consumed him, Gowasu's body would begin to burn away, turning into ash inside the light. But his sacrifice would not be for nothing, because in the very next moment, a gigantic white and pink flash would explode across the battlefield, and through that light a voice would be heard, "You will pay for your sins, Black." And as the brightness would finally fade, we would see him, the first appearance of Ultra Vegito. Standing before him, surrounded by his own dark aura, would be Ultra Black Vegito. Two ultimate fusions, two impossible powers, and one battlefield that may not survive what comes next. So what will happen now? Who truly stands above the other? Will Ultra Vegito be enough to stop Ultra Black Vegito? Their roaring auras so impossibly massive that the entire Earth would begin to violently earthquake beneath them. The shock waves traveling so far across the galaxy, they would pierce straight into the divine realm. As high up on his throne, Grand Zeno would smile wide, letting out, "Wow, whose energy is that? This is going to be a fun fight to watch." The second Zeno would cheer, all while Whis, usually so calm and collected, would look down with genuine sweat dropping from his cheek. But back on Earth, in a single frame, Ultra Vegito would vanish. Moving with a speed that defied reality, he would reappear right at Black Vegito's doorstep, and before the dark fusion could even blink, crack! A brutally heavy punch would be slammed deep into Black's stomach, winding the Dark Warrior instantly as thick blood would forcefully cough up from his mouth, his face twisted in pure, unadulterated pain. "What's wrong, Black?" Ultra Vegito would smirk, looking down at his victim. "Where is all that divine fusion power you were bragging about?" But refusing to be mocked, Black Vegito's eyes would flare with a murderous red anger, as just a microsecond later, he would retaliate, launching a devastating right hook that would crack right across Ultra Vegito's jaw, hitting him so hard that blood would instantly drip from Ultra Vegito's mouth. "How does that feel?" Black Vegito would maniacally laugh. "Your pathetic mortal fusion is absolute garbage, clown." As reaching out his hand, a blinding, glowing purple energy axe would violently spark into existence. But wiping the blood from his chin, Ultra Vegito would just shake his head in disappointment. "You always pull out that axe. You're just a cheap copy." As raising his own hand, a long, piercing azure blue-white spirit sword would erupt from his palm. "I'm going to chop your head off with this, heathen." Black Vegito would roar, as immediately the two titans would charge, the glowing azure sword and the deadly purple axe clashing in the dead center of the battlefield, sending shockwaves and sparks of pure, divine energy flying in every single direction. But as this legendary clash would commence, meanwhile, light years away on Lord Beerus's planet, another incredible battle would be taking place, as Broly, desperate to master his new powers to save his friends on Earth, would be facing down the god of destruction himself. The deal? Defeat Beerus, and he could go. Broly would roar, powering up fiercely into his controlled legendary Super Saiyan form, leaving Beerus to just smile, clearly impressed as he would note. "Not bad. Let's see why Whis praises your anger so much." "I need to finish this fast," Broly would shout, firing off a massive, city-destroying energy blast right at the god. But Beerus wouldn't even flinch, as calmly surrounding himself in his purple Hakai aura. The very moment Broly's blast would make contact, it would just dissolve, erased into absolute nothingness. But Broly wouldn't stop there. Flying right above Beerus, the massive Saiyan would aim a crushing, meteor-like punch straight for the god's head, only for Beerus to expertly dodge backward and whip a brutal kick right into Broly's face, sending blood flying from the Saiyan's mouth. But unbelievably, Broly would barely even step back, as suddenly with blinding speed, Broly would reach out and violently grab Beerus's fist. What? Beerus would gasp, genuinely shocked, as roaring with pure primal rage, Broly would begin to mercilessly slam the god of destruction directly into the ground, swinging him back and forth like a literal ragdoll in a horrific display of physical strength. But the destroyer was far from finished. Channeling his godly energy straight into his tail, Beerus would whip it tightly around Broly's massive arm, completely halting his momentum. As wiping a drop of purple blood from his own mouth, Beerus would just smirk, sweet, before effortlessly spinning Broly around by his own arm and launching him across the alien landscape, sending the behemoth crashing so hard into a giant mountain that the entire structure would crumble into dust upon impact. What amazing power, Beerus would admit, floating calmly in the air. But from the rubble, a terrifying scream would erupt, Broly's energy violently skyrocketing. He was losing control, his uncontrollable rage slowly taking over, threatening to turn him back into a mindless, rampaging monster, leaving Whis to watch on nervously. But just as Broly's mouth would open, a giant green cannon blast charging deep within his throat, a tiny figure would run right in front of him. Cheelai. Is she crazy? Beerus would yell. I have to put him down. No, Broly, stop. Cheelai would cry out, staring death right in the face. What is the point of all your training if you lose control now? Go away. Broly would roar, his energy wild, chaotic, and completely lethal. I won't, Cheelai would shout back, refusing to step down as she'd stare right into his blank, white eyes. I believe in you. You can control this anger. If you do, no one can stop you. I love you, Broly. And right then, Broly would freeze, the wild, chaotic aura, violently thrashing around him, would suddenly begin to condense, his massive muscles shifting, his hair growing longer, flowing heavily down his back, as his eyes, once totally white and devoid of reason, would finally regain their pupils, before a blinding flash of golden light would completely swallow the entire planet. When the light would finally fade, standing there in a brand new, unthinkable form, would be Broly, having unlocked Controlled Super Saiyan 3, leaving both Beerus and Cheelai completely speechless, the energy so astronomically dense that even the two Vegitos back on Earth would be forced to stop their clash and look up at the sky. But before Beerus could even react, Broly would vanish, reappearing instantaneously right in front of the god of destruction, and bearing a titanic punch square into his stomach. Beerus's eyes going wide with excruciating pain as he'd be sent flying. But before he could even recover, Broly would teleport right above him, smashing him in the face, and sending him shooting up into the sky. Double cannon attack. Broly would roar, cupping his hands together and firing a massive blinding wave of green energy right at the god, resulting in a gigantic explosion that would rock the very foundation of the planet. But back on Earth, Ultra Vegito would be sweating, doing the brutal math in his head. I only have 30 minutes before this fusion wears off. I have to finish him now. What's wrong? Black Vegito would tease, his sharp eyes catching the panic. Are you worried about your little 30-minute time limit? I don't have a limit, mortal. As raising his hands high into the sky, the Dark Warrior would grin. But I'm tired of playing games too. Let's end this. Ultra Vegito's eyes would widen in sheer terror. Are you crazy? You'll destroy the whole Earth. That's the plan. Black Vegito would laugh manically. Killing you and destroying the planet at the same time will save me a lot of trouble. As from the crushed ground below, a battered Gohan would scream out, "Dad, do something!" leaving Ultra Vegito with absolutely no choice, pulling his hands back and gathering every single ounce of godly energy he had left. Ha! As simultaneously, both warriors would unleash their ultimate attacks, the final Kamehameha, two gigantic blinding beams of energy crashing violently into each other in the dead center of the sky, the very atmosphere cracking, sizzling, and tearing apart around them. "I will destroy you," Black Vegito would scream, pumping even more demonic power into his attack, his dark purple energy slowly but surely beginning to push Ultra Vegito's beam back. "I can't lose. The Earth will be destroyed." Ultra Vegito would yell, his muscles tearing as he forced his body past its absolute limits. Kaioken times 20. As suddenly, a fiery, violent red aura would explode all around Ultra Vegito, his final Kamehameha instantly doubling in size, completely overwhelming and tearing right through Black Vegito's attack, swallowing the dark fusion completely in a blinding flash of light. Boom! A massive, world-shaking explosion would light up the heavens. As floating there, breathing heavily, Ultra Vegito would look down at a stunned Gohan, flashing him a tired but victorious thumbs up. "It's over," Ultra Vegito would smile. But suddenly, a chilling, demonic whisper would echo right behind his ear. Kaioken times 20. Ultra Vegito would freeze. But before he could even attempt to turn around, Black Vegito would already be there, smashing a brutal light-speed combo of punches directly into Ultra Vegito's back and neck. The sickening sound of his bones cracking echoing out as the fused warrior would violently cough up blood. "Did you really think I came here to lose?" Black Vegito would whisper evilly, completely coated in his own red Kaioken aura. "I've learned all your tricks, and I do them better." Before viciously kicking Ultra Vegito high into the sky, and with his glowing purple energy axe in hand, Black would fire dozens of piercing purple laser blasts, slicing cleanly through Ultra Vegito's body in a horrific display of torture, resulting in a massive purple explosion high up in the clouds, leaving a completely broken Ultra Vegito to fall from the sky, crashing hard into the dirt like a meteorite. As slowly floating down, gripping his axe tightly, Black Vegito would watch. As on the ground, Ultra Vegito would desperately try to summon his blue-white spirit sword one last time, but the azure light would just flicker and die. He was totally, completely out of energy. Throwing his head back, Black Vegito would just laugh. "Ha ha ha, what a joke. Looks like you used up all your power on that last attack, weakling." When suddenly, Ultra Vegito's body would begin to violently glow, and with a sudden flash of light, he would split apart. The fusion was over, leaving a completely exhausted Goku and Vegeta to hit the ground, completely drained. "You idiot Kakarot," Vegeta would yell, coughing up blood. "Why did you use the Kaioken? You drained our time limit." "I had to," Goku would argue back, clutching his bruised ribs in agony. "If I didn't, the Earth would have been blown to pieces." "Stop fighting like children," Black Vegito would coldly interrupt, slowly walking toward the downed Saiyans. You should be deciding which one of you wants to die first. As desperately, Goku and Vegeta would try to power up. Goku searching for his Ultra Instinct, and Vegeta trying to spark his Ultra Ego. But nothing would happen. Their bodies were just too broken. As for the first time in a long time, pure, unadulterated fear and tension could be seen on both of their faces. They were completely out of option. As standing over them, Black Vegito would raise his purple axe high into the air for the final lethal strike. But right at that exact moment, an incredibly bright light would suddenly explode across the entire battlefield. A light so piercing and blinding that Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and even the sadistic Black Vegito would be forced to cover their eyes. Someone new had just arrived on the battlefield. But who could it be? As the light slowly fades, Goku and Vegeta are still covering their eyes, barely able to stand. Black Ultra Vegito lowers his hand, his smile fading just a little. Because now, standing inside that light, we see three figures: Broly, Whis, and Lord Beerus. Broly is in his base form, wild black hair over his face, fists lowered, eyes locked on Black Ultra Vegito. And without wasting even 1 second, Broly vanishes. Before Black Ultra Vegito can even blink, Broly appears in front of him and slams a huge punch straight into his stomach. But nothing happens. Black Ultra Vegito does not move, not even an inch. He looks down at Broly and laughs. Another insect, and this one has no power either. Broly's eyes narrow. What did you call me? And right there, Broly's body explodes with green energy. His hair grows longer, his muscles tense. The air bends around him as he transforms into Controlled Legendary Super Saiyan 3. Then Broly punches again. This time, Black Ultra Vegito's body folds. Blood shoots from his mouth. The same monster who was laughing a second ago is blasted backward like a broken doll, smashing into the ground and sliding across the battlefield. Black Ultra Vegito slowly stands back up, wiping blood from his face with his white glove. "So this is the power I felt," he says. "But who are you? I have never seen you before." Broly turns toward Goku and Vegeta. "Don't worry, I'll handle him." Goku, still breathing hard, looks at Vegeta and says, "Broly really did it. He reached a new transformation through his training, and he can control it." Vegeta smirks through his bruised face. It is not that special." But before anyone can say another word, Black Ultra Vegito raises his hand, and a dark energy axe forms in his grip. With one swing, he fires multiple black lasers straight at Broly. The blast is massive. Smoke covers everything. For a moment, no one can see Broly. But then the smoke clears, and Broly is still standing there, untouched, not burned, not scared, not even pushed back. For the first time, Black Ultra Vegito's face changes. He is shocked. Broly raises one hand and forms a small green energy ball. It looks tiny at first, almost harmless. Then he throws it. And as it flies toward Black Ultra Vegito, it grows bigger, and bigger, and bigger, until it becomes a giant ball of crushing green power. Black Ultra Vegito catches it with both hands, but the force drags him backward. His boots dig into the ground. His arms shake under the pressure. Then he screams, "You mortals have no place before me. I will erase all of you. I am the ultimate god. My justice will be complete." And suddenly, red energy bursts over his purple-black aura. Kaioken X20. With a roar, Black Ultra Vegito tears straight through Broly's energy ball. He shoots forward, grabs Broly by the face, and throws him into the sky. Then he appears above him, and with one savage punch, he buries his fist into Broly's gut. Blood bursts from Broly's mouth. Black Ultra Vegito grins. Big power, weak body. But Broly smiles back. He grabs Black Ultra Vegito's head with both hands and smashes his forehead straight into him. The impact cracks through the air. Black Ultra Vegito spins away, but instantly counters with a brutal kick to Broly's head. Broly's face snaps to the side, but his hand shoots out. He catches Black Ultra Vegito's leg, and with raw monster strength, Broly swings him down and hurls him straight into the ground. Goku watches, with hope returning to his eyes. I think Broly can win this. Vegeta nods. His strength is unbelievable. But Whis does not look happy. He quietly says, I do not think so. Goku turns to him. What do you mean? Whis keeps staring at Black Ultra Vegito's aura. Look closely. He is hiding something. Vegeta's eyes sharpen. What? Whis continues. When you and Goku used Kaioken X20 as Ultra Vegito, the fusion became powerless after one use. But he is still using it easily. Goku's face goes cold. That can't be possible. At that moment, Broly grabs Black Ultra Vegito by the collar and pulls him close. But before Broly can attack, a massive fist slams into Black Ultra Vegito's back. Everyone freezes, and standing behind him is Jiren. But this is not the clean, calm Jiren from before. His upper body is bare. His gray skin is covered in bruises, cuts, and heavy blood marks. His face is twisted with rage, and red aura burns around him like fire. Black Ultra Vegito barely turns his head, and then another hit lands. A brutal kick smashes across his face. Future Trunks lands beside Jiren, his sword on his back, his eyes burning with hatred. Broly growls, "Guys, relax. I said I'll finish him alone." Jiren clenches his bloody fists. "No, we finish him." Trunks steps forward. "This monster dies here." Jiren's voice is low, but full of fury. "He destroyed my planet, my family, my race." Future Trunks grits his teeth. "He destroyed my timeline. He killed my mom. Black, I will not let you walk away." Jiren raises one hand. Future Trunks raises his too. Two massive ki attacks begin to form. And in the middle of them, Black Ultra Vegito is down on one knee, head lowered, not moving. Jiren snarls, "Raise your head and look at your death, coward." Trunks adds, "You and your rotten justice end today." For a second, there is silence. Then Black Ultra Vegeta speaks. "What did you say?" His shoulders begin to shake. And suddenly, a dark aura erupts from his body. The ground cracks beneath him. The air becomes heavy. The energy from Jiren and Trunks starts bending away from him. Black Ultra Vegito slowly rises. "You pack of pigs, I was ready for you from the beginning." Broly's eyes widen. What? Black Ultra Vegito's aura explodes even harder. "You have not seen true justice yet." Then a black light covers his body. His silver hair grows even longer. His pink bangs sharpen around his face. Black lightning cracks around him. His purple-black aura becomes monstrous, wrapped in a white glow. Black Ultra Vegito has transformed. Ultra Super Saiyan 3, Goku, Vegeta, Beerus, and Whis all stare in shock, and Jiren and Trunks. For the first time, fear is clear on their faces. Black Ultra Vegito smiles. "Until now, I was only playing." He raises one hand. Now the death game begins. A single ki attack flashes out. Jiren tries to react. Trunks tries to move, but it is too fast. In the blink of an eye, Both of them are swallowed by the blast, and when the light fades, Jiren and future Trunks are gone. Only Ash remains. Goku cannot speak. Vegeta's face twists in horror. Broly screams and charges forward, green aura exploding around him. "You monster!" He swings with everything he has. But Black Ultra Vegito does not dodge. He simply punches once. His fist tears straight through Broly's stomach. Broly's body freezes. Blood falls from his mouth as Black Ultra Vegito's arm goes right through him. Black Ultra Vegito leans close and whispers, "Too slow." Vegeta screams, "Goku, do you have a Senzu beam?" Goku looks down. No, Vegeta's fists shake. "I have to kill him. How dare he? How dare he kill Trunks?" But Goku's voice is broken. "We can't do anything now." And then, from behind them, Beerus steps forward. "No, you won't." Everyone turns. Beerus's golden eyes are locked on Black Ultra Vegito. "Now I will." Black Ultra Vegito pulls his arm free and smiles like he has been waiting for this moment. Oh, finally, Lord Beerus. His dark aura twists around him. "I saved this form for you, or should I say, for gods like you." Beerus's purple destruction energy begins to rise. His tail moves slowly behind him. His voice is calm, but the pressure in it is terrifying. "No one has ever seen my true form." Black Ultra Vegito grins. Beerus steps forward. "Get ready, Black." And as Beerus begins to power up, Black Ultra Vegito just stands there smiling, wrapped in black lightning. But that is it for today's chapter, guys. And what a chapter this was. Broly finally arrived as the savior. Jiren and future Trunks jumped into the fight for revenge. But Black Ultra Vegito was hiding an even darker power the whole time. Ultra Super Saiyan 3 Black Ultra Vegito did not just win. He erased them. Jiren, Trunks, and even Broly were destroyed in seconds. And now, with Goku and Vegeta completely helpless, only one warrior is left standing in front of this monster. Lord Beerus.
Our story plunges straight back into chaos as a blinding, mysterious light shatters the heavens, bringing Broly, Whis, and Lord Beerus crashing down onto a dying battlefield. Broly instantly unleashes his controlled, legendary Super Saiyan 3 form to challenge Black Vegito, but Whis warns that the monster is still hiding his true power. Desperate to avenge their fallen families and timelines, Jiren and future Trunks launch a coordinated assault, believing they have the upper hand. But their hope is instantly shattered. Shrouded in a dark, stormy aura, Black Vegito unveils his most terrifying form yet, Ultra Super Saiyan 3. In a brutal display, he turns both Jiren and Trunks to ash in a single motion before driving a fatal fist straight through Broly's chest. Watching his son perish, Vegeta screams out in agonizing grief, but with no Senzu beans and their energy completely depleted, both he and Goku remain utterly helpless. With all hope seemingly lost, Lord Beerus finally steps forward, beginning to tap into his true form to face this god-killing monstrosity. Moving like a flash of lightning, Lord Beerus rushes straight toward Ultra Black Vegito, aiming a devastating punch directly at his face. But hovering just out of reach, Vegito effortlessly dodges the blow, looking down with a cold, serious expression as he mutters, "Too slow." Beerus merely grins back, responding, "I've only just begun." With blinding speed, Beerus swings his leg up for a brutal high kick, but Vegito is ready, instantly catching the God of Destruction's leg mid-air. With a massive surge of strength, he hurls Beerus up into the sky, instantly vanishing using instant transmission to reappear directly behind him. Clasping his hands together into a double fist hammer, Vegito strikes Beerus right in the waist with immense force. The pain is clear on the destroyer's face as he plummets toward the earth. Yet, before Beerus can even hit the ground, Vegito teleports once again, waiting at the impact zone to drive his knee deep into the god's stomach. A massive, deafening shockwave erupts across the battlefield, shattering the ground beneath them as blood erupts from Beerus's mouth. Staring down at his wounded opponent, Vegito mocks, "What's the matter, Lord Beerus? You said you only just started, and yet here you are in this state." Suddenly, a violent purple Hakai aura flares up around Beerus, forcing Black Vegito to quickly leap back. Enraged, the god of destruction undergoes a dramatic transformation, his entire body glowing with a brilliant yellow energy. Powering up with pure fury, Beerus lunges forward, grabbing Vegito directly by the face. He flies at breakneck speed, slamming Vegito's head through a massive concrete building, dragging him along the crumbling structure before hurling him high into the atmosphere. Watching from the sidelines, Goku gasps, "Wow, Lord Beerus is actually overwhelming Black." But standing beside him, Whis remains completely silent, a tense expression crossing his face. Vegeta notices this immediately, demanding, "Why did you go quiet, Whis?" High in the sky, Beerus raises his hand, releasing a barrage of miniature Hakai spheres that instantly scatter to cover the entire horizon. Vegito looks around, startled. What is this? Before he can react, Beerus appears in front of him, delivering a savage kick straight to his midsection. Sent flying backward, Vegito crashes directly into one of the floating Hakai spheres, triggering a massive explosion. The force of the blast hurls him into a second sphere, and then a third, resulting in a chain reaction of devastating detonations. Furious at being played, Vegito summons his dark energy axe, firing multiple rapid-fire laser beams to detonate the remaining spheres. The massive explosions blanket the entire battlefield in a thick, suffocating cloud of dust and smoke. But out of the dense smoke, a sharp pink energy blade suddenly thrusts forward, piercing straight through Beerus's chest. Beerus coughs up a heavy stream of blood, his face contorting in sheer agony. Looking on, Goku, Vegeta, and Whis are completely paralyzed with shock. Reappearing behind his blade, Black Vegito smiles wickedly, asking, "What's the matter, Lord Beerus? Does it hurt?" Despite the fatal wound, Beerus slowly licks the blood from his lips, letting out a dark, sinister laugh. He grabs the energy blade with his bare hand, channeling his own Hakai energy directly through his grip. In a matter of seconds, Vegito's blade disintegrates into nothingness, and Beerus's chest wound completely heals over. Looking directly at the God Killer, Beerus coldly states, "It is time to end this." In a fraction of a second, Beerus vanishes, instantly appearing right behind Vegito. He locks Vegito's neck tightly within his left elbow, completely paralyzing the fusion, while gathering a massive concentration of Hakai energy in his right hand. Vegito's eyes widen in sheer panic. No! With no mercy, Beerus drives the sphere of destruction directly into Vegito's spine before leaping back to a safe distance. Instantly, raw Hakai energy begins violently erupting from every single part of Vegito's body. The fusion screams in agonizing, blood-curdling pain as purple destruction energy bursts directly out of his eyes and mouth. Seeing the horrific display, Gohan sighs in relief. Finally, Black's game is over. Vegeta nods. Lord Beerus actually did it. Goku, however, looks over at Whis, noticing that the angel still has no smile, only an expression of absolute gravity. In the distance, Vegito continues to roar through the pain, his voice echoing across the ruins. "No, I cannot lose like this." Confused by the tension, Gohan asks, "Whis, why aren't you happy? We finally won." Whis closes his eyes, answering quietly, "One must never celebrate victory before the victory is truly secured." Vegeta's eyes widen. "What do you mean?" Whis turns his gaze back to the screaming monster, explaining, "You all seem to forget. Black Vegito possesses the powers of both Goku's Ultra Instinct and Vegeta's Ultra Ego. And as we know, Ultra Ego can absorb and reserve Hakai energy itself. Goku turns to his rival, his face pale. Is that true, Vegeta? Clenching his fist as sweat pours down his face, Vegeta grits his teeth, muttering, "Damn it, yes, it is." Instantly, the raging Hakai energy swirling inside Black Vegito begins to stabilize, acting as a direct fuel source for his recovery. Straining his muscles as he powers up with massive intensity, his damaged body completely heals in a fraction of a second. His face twisting in pure rage, Vegito roars, "I won't let you off!" With both hands extended, he shapes a gargantuan Hakai sphere and hurls it straight at Beerus. But the moment the devastating attack collides with Beerus's divine aura, it simply dissolves into nothingness. Beerus laughs coldly, mockingly stating, "Fool! I am a god of destruction. You think you can defeat me with my own energy?" But Vegito merely smiles back, shouting, "I will still destroy you, Beerus. Kaioken." Hearing those words, both Goku and Vegeta stare in absolute disbelief. Goku gasps, "Impossible. How can he use Kaioken while in Ultra Super Saiyan 3? Vegeta grits his teeth, realizing the grim reality. It seems he has completely mastered Vegito's body to its absolute limits. In a split second, Vegito teleports directly in front of Beerus, a sinister grin on his face. Killer instinct! Before the god of destruction can react, Vegito unleashes an absolute barrage of near-invisible punches. Heavy, rapid impacts dent Beerus's armor and flesh, dealing catastrophic damage. Vegito sneers, "You can heal, but I am going to break right past the limits of your healing." Extending both hands, Vegito launches a dual-hand onslaught. The speed is so immense and the friction so dangerous that explosive energy builds up directly inside Beerus's body, culminating in a colossal detonation. Beerus is blasted backward, completely overwhelmed. Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan look on in horror, crying out. But Whis turns his calm gaze to the Saiyan duo, stating, "This fight is yours." Terrified, Gohan asks, "Does that mean even Lord Beerus cannot defeat him?" Whis sighs, clarifying, "I never said that. Lord Beerus hasn't even shown his true form yet, but if he undergoes that transformation here, the entire Earth will be reduced to cosmic dust." Vegeta's eyes widen. "What?" Black Vegito laughs mockingly. "Look at your miserable state, and you call yourself a god of destruction." Beerus growls, "Shut up!" Vegito sneers, "Oh, I'll shut you up, forever." Watching from below, the young Goten and Trunks clench their fists, wishing, "If only we can perform the fusion dance, we can transform into Gotenks Super Saiyan 3 and help Lord Beerus fight." But Vegeta fiercely snaps back. "Be quiet, you brats. You only have a standard Super Saiyan 3 form. He will finish you in a single second." Hearing his rival's words, a sudden spark lights up in Goku's eyes. "I have an idea." Gohan asks quickly, "What is it, Dad?" Goku grins, looking at his rival. "You are a genius, Vegeta." Before Goku can explain, a terrifying, suffocating aura erupts from Lord Beerus. His body instantly heals from Vegito's onslaught as the entire planet begins to tremble violently. Beerus roars as he powers up. "Enough is enough. Now you see my true form, and after this, I will erase you in the blink of an eye." A look of genuine shock crosses Black Vegito's face as cracks of raw Hakai energy leak from both the sky and the ground. Gohan screams in panic. "At this rate, the entire Earth is going to collapse," Whis warns, "and you will all be held responsible." But Goku remains undeterred. "That won't happen." He firmly grabs Vegeta's hand. Vegeta barks, "What are you doing, Kakarot? Let go of me." With a press of his fingers, Goku uses instant transmission, teleporting them directly to Kami's lookout. Instantly grabbing Senzu beans from a stunned Kami, Goku devours one and tosses another to Vegeta. Their wounds vanish, and their powers completely restore to peak capacity. Goku immediately positions himself. "Let's perform the fusion dance, Vegeta." Vegeta recoils. "Are you out of your mind?" Even Ultra Vegito failed to stop him, and we haven't even mastered Super Saiyan 3 in our fused state. Goku explains rapidly. The Metamoran fusion is so incredibly stable that it allows us to access Super Saiyan 3 with ease, just like the kids do. Vegeta pauses, his eyes widening. I didn't even consider that. Goku urges, "Let's move, Vegeta. Before Beerus's transformation tears the planet apart, we have to stop this madness." Meanwhile, back on the surface, the leaking Hakai energy is already disintegrating cities and civilians. Gohan screams out in desperation, "Lord Beerus, please stop." But Beerus is too deep in his power-up to listen. Black Vegito laughs maniacally. "Go ahead and destroy the planet. I plan on wiping out these pathetic mortals anyway." But just as the tension reaches its boiling point, a brilliant, blinding light cuts directly between Black Vegito and the God of Destruction. Out of the radiance, a confident voice echoes, "Lord Beerus, this battle belongs to us now. We are putting an end to this black." The light dissipates, revealing the legendary warrior Gogeta. Black Vegito narrows his eyes. "And who are you supposed to be?" Gogeta smirks, resting a hand on his hip. "It seems you don't know me. I am Gogeta, the ultimate fusion of Goku and Vegeta." Vegito bursts into laughter. "You think a standard fusion can defeat me when even Vegito fell?" Gogeta chuckles back. "To this very day, I have never lost a single battle." With a massive roar that shakes the heavens, Gogeta powers up, his energy erupting as he instantly transforms into Ultra Super Saiyan 3. His long golden hair sways in the wind as he points directly at his opponent. "Your game is finally over, Black." Seeing this new power, Lord Beerus calms his aura, returning to a state of rest. He warns, "If you lose this fight, then regardless of whether the Earth survives, I will personally disintegrate him myself." Gogeta smiles confidently. "That won't be necessary." Vegito grits his teeth, flaring his dark aura. "Bring it on. You are nothing in front of Ultra Vegito Super Saiyan 3. Ultra Gogeta Super Saiyan 3 versus Ultra Black Vegito Super Saiyan 3. The battle of the ultimate fusions is finally here. Who rises victorious and who falls to dust? Find out in the next exciting chapter. Leave a hashtag Gogeta versus Vegito in the comments down below and let me know who you are backing in this clash of titans. Or find out what happens next on my Patreon, where you can see the full next video edited for you to enjoy with other fans, so meet you in the next video.
So in Chapter 4, we saw Ultra Vegito completely dominating Black Ultra Vegito, pushing him harder than anyone expected. But far away, on Beerus's planet, Broly was also fighting Lord Beerus, and during that battle Broly almost lost control again. His rage was about to swallow him whole. His power was rising like a monster breaking its chains. But just before everything could go wrong, Cheelai stepped in. She stood in front of Broly and stopped him. And because of her, Broly did not fall into madness. Instead, he took that rage, crushed it inside his own body, and unlocked something terrifying. Controlled Legendary Super Saiyan 3. And the second that power was born, even on Earth, Ultra Vegito and Black Ultra Vegito could feel it. But before anyone could focus on that, Black Ultra Vegito fired his final Kamehameha, and Ultra Vegito had no choice. To save the Earth, he fired his own ultimate Kamehameha. The two attacks smashed together, but Black Ultra Vegito's power started pushing Ultra Vegito back, and that was when Ultra Vegito used his most dangerous move, Kaioken X20. In one instant, Black Ultra Vegito's Kamehameha was ripped apart. His body was blasted back, and for a moment, It looked like the battle was finally over. Ultra Vegito even gave Gohan a thumbs up. But that hope lasted only a second, because suddenly Black Ultra Vegito returned with Kaioken X-20 of his own. He rushed Ultra Vegito and beat him down with a storm of brutal strikes. Punch after punch, kick after kick, no mercy, no pause. Ultra Vegito's body finally gave out. The fusion ended. Goku and Vegeta separated, both bare-chested, bruised, and completely exhausted. They tried to power up again, but nothing came out. Their bodies had no strength left.